inclusive dialogue, stakeholder engagement, restoring political stability in Rivers State, says Solat. Boards, agencies in Rivers State get new chairmen, members. Plus, current national budget could stretch to 2026, says OAGF. Do you love and care about Rivers State and her peace? Let's build and take her to greater heights. You can watch our news live on YouTube and Facebook at Rstv Online. You can also subscribe and click on the notification bell for update on our live feeds. This is Rstv World News. I am Solomon Nelson Braid. Rivers State Administrator, Vice Admiral Retired Ebokete Ekwe Ebas, has said inclusive dialogue and non-partisan stakeholder engagement are helping to restore political stability in the state. Vice Admiral Ebas made the assertion during a council visit by the House of Representatives Ad hoc Committee on Emergency Rule Implementation at the Government House, Port Harcourt. Tamnobrabi Bulubo reports.
This is the first time the House of Representatives Ad hoc Committee overseeing emergency rule in Rivers State have visited. Vice Admiral Ebas told them that efforts undertaken by his administration have achieved reconciliation among key political actors in addition to President Bola Tinubu's support, which reduced political tension in the state. He highlighted key reforms in the civil service and pension management, including salary adjustments, a biometric verification exercise, and free health insurance for pensioners under the Reeve Chips scheme, with civil servants mandated to enroll in it. On security, Vice Admiral Ebas praised collaboration between communities and security agencies in curbing cultism and kidnapping, while the formation of Farmer Elders Committee has prevented communal clashes. He said plans are underway to introduce a surveillance system for early threat detection.
From the onset, I recognized that peace and progress are impossible without political stability. That is why we embarked on broad-based consultations across all political divides, reaching out to stakeholders regardless of affiliation to reduce tension and create an environment where dialogue can replace confrontation. We also had direct engagements with key political stakeholders in the state. All engagements have been frank, inclusive, and productive, with stakeholders expressing a willingness to work together towards an amicable resolution of the political impasse. In our infrastructural program, we have prioritized projects with the highest social and economic returns, intervened urgently in flood control and solid waste management, strengthening collaboration with local government authorities to keep the state clean and surrounding areas functional. In healthcare, we are working through public-private partnerships to rehabilitate and operationalize the Mother and Child Hospital and the Peter Odili Cancer Diagnostic Center, improving access to world-class care. These two facilities were completed a few years back, but were allowed to lie waste. The process of developing the Rivers State University Teaching Hospital permanent site is well underway, with the acquisition of land for the hospital in final stages. Professional teams are hard at work developing the master plan for the project. This will improve healthcare infrastructure, enhance human capital development, and self-reliance in medical services.
Chairman of the Visiting Committee, Professor Julius Owabere, reaffirmed the National Assembly's commitment to peace and good governance in Rivers, saying the team will spend 2 days engaging stakeholders and inspecting projects.
Our visit, essentially, as an oversight committee, is to come in here and on the first-hand basis, see some of the ongoing projects, some of the challenges that the administration is facing, and also listen to the views of people, stakeholders in the state, on what they think the direction.
Tamnobrabi Ibulubo, Rstv News.
In another development, Rivers State Administrator Vice Admiral Retired Ebokete Ekwe Ebas has approved the appointment of members of 7 boards. A statement by the Secretary to the Rivers State Government, Professor Ibibia Worika, named boards as Rivers State University Governing Council, which has Senior Advocate of Nigeria, Okewale, as its chairman and 9 members. Rivers State Universal Basic Education Commission, chaired by Simon Ogi, alongside 9 members. Rivers State Senior Secondary Schools Board now has Tony Eguribu as its chairman. Rivers State Internal Revenue will be chaired by Sir Israel Ebunefu, while the Rivers State Waste Management Board has Dr. Samuel Wanosike as chairman. According to the details of the statement, the Rivers State Contributory Health Protection Program has Professor Prince Chike as chairman, with the Rivers State Microfinance having Professor Adolfo Joseph Toby as chairman. The statement said the Rivers State University Teaching Hospital Board will be chaired by Dr. Samson Tamno Ioreari Parker. Verification of the pensioners under the payroll of the Rivers State Government has been approved by Administrator Ibokete Ibas. A statement by the Acting Head of Service, Dr. Yingi Brown, directed the pensioners to come along with their bank's BVN bearing their photographs, a passport photograph, and pension ID card. According to the statement, the verification is scheduled for Thursday, 14th August 2025, with pensioners banking with Access, Echo, and First Banks to come to the conference hall of the Ministry of Justice, State Secretariat Complex, Port Harcourt, while those banking with the FCMB will be verified at the main board of the Civic Center, Port Harcourt. The statement said pensioners banking with Fidelity, Globus, and GT Banks will take their turn on Friday, 15 August 2025, at the conference hall of the Ministry of Justice, State Secretariat, while those banking with Polaris Bank will be screened at the main board of the Civic Center, Port Harcourt. Saturday, 16th August, will return for pensioners banking with Heritage Keystone, Mayfresh, Premium, Standard Chartered, Sterling, Sun Trust, and the Titan Trust banks at the Ministry of Justice Conference Hall, with those with the UBA Bank will be verified at the main board of the Civic Center, Port Harcourt. Similarly, those banking with the Unity Bank will meet on Monday, 18th August, also at the Ministry of Justice Conference Hall, and pensioners banking with Union Bank will be screened at the main board of the Civic Center, Port Harcourt. The statement further enjoined all pensioners banking with the Zenith Bank, particularly residents of Bonny, to meet on Tuesday, 19th and Wednesday, 20th August at the 3 designated venues of the Ministry of Justice Conference Hall, main board of the Civic Center, Port Harcourt, and the Bonny Local Government Area Council headquarters. Away from that, Permanent Secretary, Minister of Information and Communications, Rivers State, Dr. Anna Siraro, has charged management and staff of Rivers State Television to live up to their responsibilities. He stated this when he led principal officers of the ministry on a facility visit to the station at the Eleanor Complex. Gospel Anele has the rest of the story.
Describing commitment and teamwork as keys to progress, Dr. Sirawo explained that the Rivers State Television can achieve desired targets through the delivery of undiluted dissemination of information through diligence and accountability. Dr. Sirawo was conducted around various divisions and units of the station by the Acting General Manager, Pat Jukes Mefo, to see things for himself for immediate and long-term solutions. The Permanent Secretary expressed worries over the present situation of the station that needs the staff and government responsibilities, and advised workers to always put in their best by coming to work regularly, awaiting the government to do its part. Dr. Sirawo appreciated management and staff of the station for their commitment and advised them to use fence mending as watchwords of achieving the set goals of the station, while promising to add value to the station.
Everybody must know that we have a responsibility to bring back this station. So I want all of us to forget whatever has passed. Forgive yourselves. Nobody's an island. You understand? There are people that are carried My concern is we must succeed. And nobody's going to ask you how many persons you quarrel. What they are going to see is what have you achieved. From every process, we must learn lessons. You must always be thinking of, when I live here, where will I be? If you know, teach those that don't know. At the end of the day, it's to the glory of the station. Because you should move as a team.
Acting General Manager, Rivers State Television, Pat Chuksmefo, on behalf of the management and staff of the station, appreciated the Permanent Secretary for the visit to address pressing needs of the station. She described Dr. Sirawo, whose springboard was Rivers State Television, as a square peg in a square hole, a go-getter and motivator, and promised to collaborate with the ministry to add value to the station.
I will not bore you with our challenges and our problems, because we have been talking, we have also written. We are excited to have you here to see things for yourself. And I believe that at the end of the day, we shall have cause to glorify God for your redeployments.
God's Power Anele, Rstv News.
Moving on with more reports, River State Police Command has arrested Pastor Ifediora Onyebo Joseph in response to a distress call online video circulated on social media depicting the dehumanization of minors. A statement by Rivers Police Public Relations Officer Superintendent Grace Iringekoko said the preliminary investigation revealed that Pastor Ifediora allegedly organized a 3-day program for children in his church, purportedly for spiritual cleansing, claiming to have been inspired by the Holy Spirit. According to the police statement, the State Command, through coordinated intelligence, arrested a pastor and several church members at the scene. It said investigations are ongoing to unravel the circumstances surrounding the incident. The Commissioner of Police, River State Command, Olubenga Adegboju, and has therefore urged the public to remain calm and report any suspicious activities or concerns to the nearest police station or other security agencies. He reiterated the command's unwavering commitment to ensuring the safety and well-being of all citizens in the state. This is Rstv World News. Do you love and care about River State and our peace? Let's build and take her to greater heights. This is a task we must accomplish. You can watch Rstv News live on YouTube and Facebook at Rstv Online. Still to come on the news, Congo's former Justice Minister may go behind bars for 10 years. And from the sports desk, Federal Capital Territory NUJ tournament kicks off 18 August. Details of these reports will return from the break. Stay with us.
Power God is here. Dr. Jesus in action, God is here.
Omega Power Ministries OPM Worldwide presents Dr. Jesus Night with Coconut. It is a night of divine encounter. It is a night of healing. It is a night of financial and total restoration. It is a night of refreshing and renewal. It is a night to reclaim your dominion. Date Friday, 1st August 2025. Time 8 p.m. till dawn. Venue OPM Headquarters, Dr. Jesus City, Modo Alo, River State. Come with your coconut and receive the power to conquer and prevail in the remaining half of the year 2025.
OPM, Dr. Jesus in action. Dr. Jesus in action. God is here.
Baba, I'm tired of losing on sport bets, so how do I improve my luck? Olu, you don't need any luck with N1 Bet Casino. With N1 Bet, you get triple luck.
You know feel lose anyway. N1 Bet not the way. You get 20% cash back when you're betting no enter. You go get 100% on your first 3 deposits. And each deposit will be your chance to win 500k jackpot.
Play games and win with N1 Bet Casino.
This is Rstv World News. We bring you world-class news, accurate, first-hand, entertaining, balanced analysis. Rstv, Channel 22 Port Harcourt.
The Nigerian Association of Women Journalists, Nawoj Rstv chapter, in a statement by her chairperson, Comrade Susan Serekara Wikinaka, has expressed great outrage over the recent viral video depicting minors being subjected to dehumanizing treatment in a faith-based premises in the outskirts of Port Harcourt. Describing the incident as inhuman, barbaric, and a gross violation of children's rights, the chairperson stressed that no religious justification can excuse such abuse. Nawoj River State also questioned the role of parents in the incident, wondering why mothers could willingly subject their children to such cruel and degrading treatment instead of safeguarding them from harm. The association commended the River State Police Command for taking a decisive action in arresting the presiding pastor Ifediora Joseph and other individuals linked to the incident. It urged the command to ensure that the prosecution process is swift and thorough, so justice is served. Nawoj reaffirmed his commitment to advocating for the rights and welfare of women and children, while calling for sustained public enlightenment on the dangers of child abuse and the importance of timely reporting of the same to relevant authorities. The federal government may extend the 2025 budget into 2026 as slow capital project implementation, procurement delays, and shutdown of the cash planning portal have left many projects stalled about 8 months into the fiscal year. The possibility of a rollover came to light at a stakeholders engagement in Abuja organized by the Office of the Accountant General of the Federation to review progress and challenges in implementing the extended 2024 capital budget and the 2025 capital budget under the bottom-up cash planning policy. Since May, the portal has been locked for uploading cash plans for the 2025 expenditures and contracts. Presiding over the meeting, the Accountant General of the Federation, Shamsuddin Ogunjibi, said that the BUCPP was signed to ensure the government spent within its means by requiring warrants for authorities to incur expenditure before commitments were made. He accused some MDAs of breaching the Public Procurement Act 2007 and other regulations, awarding contracts simply because they were budgeted for without regard to cash availability. When the portal reopens, any new entrants will be treated as new contract and must comply with the revised process. On the foreign scene, the Democratic Republic of Congo's former Justice Minister Constant Mutamba is going to spend 10 years in prison if found guilty of embezzlement. He is accused of attempting to steal nearly $20 million in public funds intended to finance the construction of a prison in the city of Maxinokbo. Continues with the report.
In the politically charged trial's closing arguments, the prosecutor called for 10 years of hard labor for the politician. He also called for a decade-long ban on Mutuba's right to vote or stand for election. The politician's defense argued there was no justification for sentencing him, saying no dollars were embezzled in connection with the controversial contracts. Mutumba, who was a presidential candidate in 2023, campaigned on an anti-corruption ticket and is known for his judicial reforms. The verdict will be delivered on 27th August. A 10-day cholera vaccination campaign has begun in Khartoum, targeting residents aged 1 and above in an urgent push to contain Sudan's rapidly spreading outbreak. Healthcare worker Aziza Barima said health teams have been mobilized to across 105 medical facilities. According to the UN, the outbreak, fueled by ongoing conflict, mass displacement, and recent heavy rains, has already caused over 83,000 cases and 2,100 deaths since July 2024. And that this year alone, 32,000 suspected cases have been reported. While Khartoum's last vaccination drive helped curb infections, aid groups warn the disease is surging in other regions, particularly Darfur, where collapsing infrastructure and flooding are creating perfect conditions for cholera to spread. Takia Stama and Volodymyr Zelensky believe there is a valuable chance of a ceasefire in Ukraine, but Vladimir Putin must prove he is serious about peace. The UK Prime Minister held breakfast meeting with the Ukrainian president ahead of a summit between US President Donald Trump and Putin in Alaska on Friday to discuss the ending war in Ukraine. The Downing Street says Sir Keir and Zelensky agreed there was a powerful sense of unity and a strong resolve to achieve a just and lasting peace in Ukraine after their meeting. Maxine Okbo, Rstv, Foreign News.
Yeah, that was Max Shedoko taking us through the foreign news and all that. The NUJ FCT football tournament has been released ahead of the kickoff, scheduled for Monday, 18 August 2025, at the Area 3 football pitch and the Area 10 football field at the Old Parade Ground in Abuja. This announcement followed the official draw for the highly anticipated competition, which is structured on a knockout basis conducted at the NUJ Council, Utako. Joyce Eremasara, Texas.
In total, 12 teams are set to compete and have been divided into two groups, Group A and Group B. Group A comprised the Federal High Court, Nigeria Customs Service, Nigeria Drug Law Enforcement Agency, Nigeria Medical Association, Nigeria Road Safety Corps, and Nigeria Police Force. Teams for Group B are Nigerian Army, ABN, Nigeria Union of Journalists, Sports Writers Association of Nigeria, Nigeria Immigration Service, and Nigerian Air Force. At the conclusion of the first matches, the top two teams from each group are expected to qualify for the semi-final stage, which is set to take place on Thursday, 21st August. According to the organizers, the third place match featuring the losing teams from the semi-finals will be held on Friday, 22nd August at the Old Parade Ground, prior to the final clash on Saturday, 23rd August. Shortly after the draw, the chairperson of NUJ FCT Council, Grace Ike, expressed optimism regarding the tournament success and encouraged all participating teams to familiarize themselves with the tournament rules. NUJ Council Secretary Jide Onyekunle advised participating teams to ensure that any allegations against opponents or officiating officials are supported by evidence. Earlier, the chairman of NUJ FCT Sports Week Organizing Committee, Ndubizi Chidoka, commended ABN, an estate property company, and other partners for their support. The draw event was attended by the National Secretary General of SWAN, Ambassador Ikenna Okonkwo, along with representatives from the participating teams. It is just the second time that the French top flight has boasted the Champions League winners among its rank, with PSG's success against Inter Milan in May following Marseille's triumph in 1993. Luis Enrique's team added the UEFA Super Cup on Wednesday as they came from 2 goals down against Tottenham before winning on penalties. The nature of this success was made all the more remarkable, given they had just a week's pre-season training under their belts and no friendly matches. That is after they went all the way to the Club World Cup final in the United States. Their 3-0 defeat against Chelsea on July 13th, bringing the curtain down on a marathon 65-game season. That did not take the shine off their achievements in winning the Champions League, but those exceptions risk having an impact on Luis Enrique's players further down the line. Joyce Ermasara, Rstv Sports News.
Joyce Ermasara with Sporting News. Do you love and care about River State and our peace? Let's build and take her to greater heights. This is a task we must accomplish. You can watch Rstv News live on YouTube and Facebook at Rstv Online. You can also subscribe and click on the notification bell for update on our live feeds. Now to any news, a recap of some of the major stories. River State River Solar Administrator Vice Admiral Retired Eboke Tebas has said inclusive dialogue and non-partisan stakeholder engagement are helping to restore political stability following the visit of the House of Representatives Ad hoc Committee overseeing emergency rule in River State. Appointments have been made of chairmen and members of 7 boards and agencies in River State. We have also told you that the federal government may extend the 2025 budget into 2026 as slow capital project implementation, procurement delays, and a shutdown of the cash planning portal have left many projects stalled about 8 months into the fiscal year. And that's it on the news. Thank you so much for being a part of it. I am Solomon Nelson Braid. Good night.